I think before we can talk about reconciliation, we need to talk about truth. Since 2015, the Truth and Reconciliation produced 94 calls to action. Of those 94 calls to action, 7 focus on health and well-being. However, we haven't highlighted all the experiences and truth of the lived realities of Indigenous peoples across our country, and that some of these lived realities are still coming to light. There's a need to focus on policies and understanding the impacts, the immediate and intergenerational impacts of colonial policies on the health outcomes of Indigenous peoples. The next thing we need to focus on is understanding our goals. If we're going to close the health gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples, we need to understand what are the indicators and what are the measures of success and how are we going to get there. The next we need to understand is the cultural and contextual variance of Indigenous peoples across our country, and respecting and honoring First Nations, Métis, and Inuit health, and that they differ among urban, rural, remote, and isolated communities. The other piece of the calls to action is that we need to focus on education. We need to build capacity not only within our healthcare field, such as our nursing staff and our medical staff, but also capacity at the ground level in our home communities. We also need to understand and respect that there's different definitions of what is health and what is wellness. It's about a balance between the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being of the individual, but not only the individual, but of families, communities, and our nation. I think it's more than reconciliation. I think it needs to be reconciliation, and that these actions need to take place in our individual lives, within our families, within our communities, within our provinces, across Canada, as well as across the world.